When did you realize some people have zero empathy? My mom expected me to carry babies for all 3 of my infertile cousins. She announced it at Sunday dinner like she was telling me to pass the salt. Kayla, we've made appointments at the fertility clinic for Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. My fork clattered onto my plate. Everyone at the table just kept eating like this was normal. My mom sat there looking pleased with herself. Your cousins need babies, and God blessed you with a perfect womb. The arrangements are already made. I should have seen this coming because my whole life my mom treated me like her personal birthing doll. She kept track of my periods on a kitchen calendar where everyone could see. She told strangers about my fertile cycles and how I was meant to give life to others. When I was 16, she made me get fertility tests just to make sure everything worked. The results came back perfect, and she framed them. That night after dinner, my mom showed me a PowerPoint presentation that had timelines showing each pregnancy back to back with only 6 weeks between deliveries. She'd already paid deposits at 3 fertility clinics and met with lawyers. Before I could even process what was happening, my cousins Maria, Beth, and Linda started showing me nursery photos and crying about their infertility struggles. They acted like I'd already agreed because my mom had told the entire extended family I was doing it. I went along with it because I didn't know what else to do. The shock made me numb, and my mom had this way of making you feel guilty for having boundaries. Within a week, they implanted Maria's embryos while she held my hand, crying tears of joy. My mom moved into my apartment the next day to monitor the pregnancy and controlled everything I ate. The cousins started fighting over who would get the second pregnancy before I'd even delivered the first baby. My mom took photos of my belly without asking and sent them to the family group chat. 6 months into Maria's pregnancy, I was cleaning when I found my mom's planning notebook. She hadn't just scheduled 3 pregnancies, but had plans mapped out through my 40th birthday. After my cousins, she'd lined up family friends and a woman from her book club who'd pay $50,000. There were profit calculations in the margins. Everything clicked when I overheard her on the phone later that day. We can probably get 12 to 15 babies out of her if we're strategic about timing. The market for healthy white babies is excellent right now. She was talking about me like I was livestock. I was sick to my stomach. That night, I lay awake knowing I couldn't take it anymore. I made my escape plan the next day. I contacted a lawyer who specialized in reproductive coercion. I found a support group and started secretly packing my belongings. Maria's baby arrived 3 months later, and my mom filed the birth certificate like I wasn't even there. I held him for 5 minutes before they took him away. When I told her I needed time to recover, she reluctantly agreed to wait 3 months. Those 3 months became my window of freedom. For the first time in months, I could breathe. I started therapy, got a better job, and even made plans for a vacation. The cousins had their baby and seemed to forget about me. I thought maybe I could slowly extract myself from this nightmare. My hope shattered when my mom filed paperwork claiming I was mentally unstable and needed a conservatorship. She used my therapy attendance as evidence I wasn't capable of making decisions. The cousins testified that I'd promised them babies. My mom's lawyer presented contracts I'd supposedly signed agreeing to carry 15 babies over 14 years. Within days, my credit card stopped working, and I discovered she'd frozen my access to family money I didn't even know existed. She contacted my new job pretending to be concerned about my deteriorating mental state. My aunts, uncles, and grandparents all called to shame me for being selfish and destroying the family. Just when I thought I'd lost everything, my doctor testified about the medical coercion and provided recordings of my mom threatening his staff. A nurse came forward with evidence that my mom had been forging my signature on consent forms. The fertility clinic admitted they'd never properly verified I was agreeing to any of this voluntarily. The judge ruled in my favor, and my mom was arrested, but winning my freedom came at a massive cost. My entire family turned against me for exposing her. My father chose to support her through the trial. Even my grandparents said I should have just done what family asked. I moved across the country to